We are going to do number 5 on page 7. So you guys go ahead, follow along. 5A, we're going to do 5A. So 5A says sodium reacts with excess oxygen to form sodium peroxide. And it gives you the balanced equation there. So I have 2Na plus O2 is going to yield my Na2, my sodium peroxide. And the question then asks, calculate the maximum mass of sodium peroxide formed when 4.60 grams of sodium is burnt in excess oxygen. Alright, so again, I just simply follow my steps. And step 1, I need to write my balanced equation, which I've already done right there. Step 2 would be to use the coefficient and multiply by the formula mass. So again, I need to look at my problem carefully. It says an excess oxygen. So that means I don't have to worry about oxygen in this case. I'm only going to worry about sodium and my sodium peroxide. I'm not even going to bother with oxygen in this case, okay, because it's the excess material. If you look, it gives you the AR values for sodium. It says sodium is 23 and oxygen will be 16. That's important here in my sodium peroxide. So just let me erase that real quick. So step 2 now. Multiply the coefficient by the formula mass. So my coefficient tells me how many moles I have. So there's 2 moles of sodium. I have to multiply that by my AR value for sodium. Since I have 1 atom, it's just going to be the AR value that they list for me there, which will be 43.0. So 23.0. So after I multiply that, I get a final value in my reaction of 46.0 grams of sodium. For sodium peroxide, 1 mole, so therefore I only have to calculate the formula mass. So there are 2 sodiums at 23.0 grams. And I have to add that to 2 oxygens at 16 grams. So that's 46 for sodium, 32 for oxygen. So that gives me a total of 78. No, 78. My fault. 78. That gives me a total value of 78.0 grams. So right now I have calculated my mass of reactant and my mass of product that would form in this reaction. So now I have to go to calculating based on the information that I'm given. So now I'm on to step 3. So first off, in step 3, I use 4.60 grams of sodium in the reaction. Okay, we're going to put that up here and we'll save it for later. So 4.60 grams is the value that I'm going to end up multiplying my ratio by. So I need to figure out which would be defined as my known, which is defined as my unknown.
Well, they're both the same.
The sodium peroxide is my unknown. Okay, because I'm not given a defined value for what's formed, my sodium peroxide is my unknown. So that number would go on top. So since it's unknown because I don't have a value, my 78 goes on top. Since I have a known value that would be used in the reaction for sodium, that's considered my known, so that value goes on the bottom. So I get 46 on the bottom. Remember, I'm just going to slide this over here so I have room to write. So again, 78, my unknown, 46 is my known. I multiply by the given value from the problem, which is 4.60 grams. So So then I just solve 78 divided by 46 multiplied by 4.60, and I get 7.9999996. So in terms of sig figs, what is my least value significant figures in this problem? 2. I have 2 here, 3 here on 4.60. So that means my final answer can only report 2 sig figs. So therefore 7.79, I'm going to round to 7.8 grams of Na2O2.